who's ever canceled a hike, a camping trip, or even a run in the face of a rainy day knows exactly the impact that weather can have on our ability to get outside and do what we love most. Most of us hear the term climate change and simply brush it off. What does the polar bear in the Arctic have to do with me? When in reality, climate affects every single one of us, and especially those of us that are outdoor athletes. Let's find out why. That spends their winters glued to the slopes, this one's for you. Snow seasons are shrinking, and the ski industry is seeing less and less days during peak season. A number of areas where snow reliably falls is expected to shrink as the climate warms. In fact, a study that simulated the ski industry under these shifting climate conditions in southern Ontario found that ski season could be reduced from 11 to 50% by 2080. This means that the ski industry will rely more and more on artificial snow. This means a devastating loss of the natural slopes we rely on every winter. Every wilderness seeker out there, the outdoors is everything to us. But unfortunately, more extreme weather conditions means much hotter days coming our way. Hiking, running, cycling, you name it, in 100-degree plus weather is going to become very difficult. Never mind, not necessarily safe. Likewise, the increase in this extreme temperature, coupled with drought, signals to a higher number of forest fires every year. We've seen this just in the last few years alone. Good luck going on a run, or a hike, or even a bike ride when there's smoke around you everywhere, consistently. And finally, one of the most devastating impacts will be felt by those of us who grew up thinking that we were mermaids. Impending climate change means that in many areas the water table will be too low to raft, kayak, canoe, and do the things that we love most. Places, in fact, might be too damaged by storms, hurricanes, to even participate in these activities to begin with. Beyond this, rising CO2 levels and the toxic chemicals we pour into the ocean are changing the chemistry of our ocean. And barrier reefs, coral reefs, are dying at unprecedented rates, meaning that the rate of these exotic fish are dying far and wide. Snorkelers, scuba divers, avid vacationers to the Caribbean, what is there left to see when everything's dead? Beyond this, for every surfer that lives for those waves, coral reefs are the principal foundation of how waves are formed. When there's no more coral reefs, good luck surfing on a flat ocean. We can't even begin to measure the impact that all these climate changes will have on the tourism industry. As barrier reefs die, national parks shrink, and oceans erode, what will be left? To be completely frank, the outlook is grim, and the future is fast approaching. So what can we do? Many of these extreme weather conditions feel incredibly overwhelming, and we often ask ourselves, is there anything that we can really do? We know that climate change is an issue, and many people will be quick to agree, but they think it's someone else's problem to fix. The truth is, it's all of our problems. If we want to protect our morning bike rides, evening runs, family beach vacations, and that of our children as well, then we have to take climate change personally, and we have to acknowledge that each of us has a role to play in saving our future. While our individual actions have little impact on the climate crisis itself, collectively, they make a huge impact. They send a major message to governments and corporations about what consumers are willing to stand for and shape the industry to change for the better. It is imperative that we are determined to lead, educate, innovate, and move towards a better tomorrow. With this belief in mind, we created Wild Habitat. Our goal was to set a forward-thinking example and to bring athletes of all kinds together to protect what they love most. By introducing consumers to brands that put the environment before profit, we can create a ripple of change in the industry together. Our one-stop shop was meant to give athletes a different way to shop. From skateboards made out of bamboo to active wear made out of recycled water bottles and fish nets, we wanted to give consumers the opportunity to support brands that put the environment before profit, and that collectively we can create a ripple of change to save our wild habitat.